Hello to my Geminis. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Geminis, you all have alerted me that you all are missing a reading. Monday's reading for the 4th through the 11th. So let's get into it. So this is for 7 days, right? So if you missed the reading, which I'm pretty sure is like you in another Zodiac sign saying you all are missing a reading. Not sure if it just didn't go up. Okay, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. So if it's somewhere floating around in the queue, then it'll go up some. I guess it'll go up eventually. Maybe it'll go up eventually. Maybe it's somewhere. Floating. I usually film all the videos back to back, so maybe it's out there in the queue somewhere, Geminis. All right, Geminis, let's get right into it. This is a general reading. Take only what resonates with you, Geminis. Let's get it. See what's in your cards. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. Let's go. Put together your gratitude list. Try to keep your vibrations as high as you possibly can. Keep your vibrations as high as you can. Keep them as high as you can. Geminis. Talking to you even if you're on the cusp. If you are a cusper. And also wherever Gemini is in your birth chart. So check your birth chart. Not just talking to your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, but even your houses. Check your 12 houses. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Coming back, welcome back. Welcome back, Geminis. Welcome back. Let's see what's in your cards. All right. So somebody is moving on. Somebody is talking about just kind of sort of moving on from some past disappointments. Hold on. Gotta make some room here. So 3. So source is saying somebody is definitely talking about moving on beyond like some past disappointments, especially just like you see this person right here, kind of going back down memory lane, just asking kind of saying, what was the motive? What was the reason? What was the reason for all of that? What was the reason for all of that? It was 2 situations in particular somebody, moved on from. And just like, what was the reason? What was the reason why, like when you look for your past, like what was the reason for all of that conversation? When you go back through the past, what was the purpose? What was the purpose? Why do people care so much about others' financial independence? Right? Why do people care so much about people's financial independence? Why did it travel? Like, why did that news of people's financial independence travel, right? Somebody was dealing with some wolves, right? Right? 9 is the death rebirth, right? So why did that news travel? How did it travel like that? It just took off like wildfire, right? And why do people's news of their depression travel? How did it travel so fast? How did it travel so far? So so ace is motive. What was the reason? What was the reason? What was the motive? What was the reason? So somebody's kind of going back in their mind, like what? Now just asking questions, why? What was the reason why? What was the motive? What was the real reason behind all of that? What was the reason why? So you gotta understand too, ace 3 and ace is 4. 4 is the earth number, right? Earth, right? So light side of earth is, you can choose light or dark side of earth. Earth would light side of 4, which would be, you could say, some people would choose the light side of 4 and say, okay, it's still a divine being of light who's had a human experience, right? Or you can look at it as it's their way or the highway, whoever it is, right? It's their way or the highway, right? Some people look at it as their way or the highway. And so if somebody was dealing with 2 energies who feel like it's their way or the highway, that's what it was. It's their way to highway. And what somebody is gaining knowledge about is some energies who are on the dark side of Emperor energy. Is their way of the highway. That's what it is. Somebody's dealing with some energies. Some people learn when they interact with certain energies where it says their way to highway, and some people say some things push people to the dark, some things push people to the light. So here we have 9 of Cups here. So I'm seeing a lot of your wishes being fulfilled. You know, so a lot of your wishes are being fulfilled because something pushed you to the light. Something pushed you into enlightenment, right? So, just about yourself, right? To learn how to save yourself, right? Something moved you to a higher frequency. So it's like somebody went to sleep one night and said, your head and heart are no longer at war with each other. Somebody said you're leaving behind energies who are all about the material world. That's all they care about is money. And they'll do anything for it. Somebody finally said, you know what? I'm getting as far away from those types of energies altogether. Don't even want to be connected to those types of energies. They'll do anything for money. That's how you're saving yourself. So that's where your breakthrough is coming, because first somebody has to ask the question, why? What do you have in common with somebody? Because that's what heart chakra is. You're making a connection. Heart chakra makes the connection. What is the connection? Heart chakra deals with love, equanimity, connection, forgiveness, trust. So somebody had to first say, what's in common here? What do we have in common? What is this? What's in common here? Right? So some new seeds are being planted here. So do you see somebody's money growing? So what do you have in common? What do you have in common? So somebody had to start thinking, do we date the same person? Do we love to travel? Are we related? You know, do we work for the same company? Do we live in the same place? Do we grow up in the same place? You know, do we have the same spiritual beliefs? That's what air signs do. Air signs, as Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, automatically go to what you have in common with other human beings. That's y'all. Go to first. What do you have in common? Fire signs may automatically go to what the differences are. May automatically, because you need two dry things rubbed together to start a fire energy, right? Earth signs may deal with the physical existence. How long have you known a person? Like, you know, what would we physically have in common? We had the same car, you know, we had the same house, like physical existence of things. Same taste, smell, water, feel. How do we feel about this? Right, feel. You're also learning chakras too, right? So yeah, somebody had to start with, what do you have in common with people, right? So somebody also has something in common with the person too. Is like, once you stop giving something that's of value to certain people, like once you stop giving money, once you end it's something that's of value to certain energies, that's when you start noticing the negative conversation. That's where somebody had to learn, okay, wait a minute, we got that in common. Like once you stop giving something of value to certain people, you start noticing the conversation. It was heartbreaking. Like, start noticing and you start asking the motive, like, why? Why are you talking about me behind my back? See how this person's back is turned? Why are you talking about me behind my back? Why are you talking about me behind my back in a bad way? And I thought you loved me. All because I, the 9 is like because I ended something of value to somebody. Started growing my money. Right? Now all of a sudden you depressed, you crazy, you this and that. So that's what somebody started learning. Like, what did you have in common? What is the, right? So could have also been that you had either, the Lovers card is not just about lovers. It's also about partnerships in business, partnerships in love, also decision. So once you made a decision to, in some kind of a partnership in business and love, not to be in a dysfunctional relationship with somebody where you were the one that was over giving, over investing, pouring into. Once you made a decision, right? Once you made a decision, right, to stop talking to something, or stop or move on from something, stop talking to, right? Cut ties with, stop talking to certain energy and move on, right? Stop giving money to, and all of a sudden you became something, this dark entity, right? Lover's card deals with duality, right? So no matter how much you saw the good in certain people, Gemini, all they could tell people was the bad about you. Behind your back, though. Behind your back. To you, it was a different situation. But behind your back, you were depressed. Talked about how many people you dated. You was crazy. Your financial situation, where you traveled to. Just news just took off like wildfire. So anyway, here we have the Queen of Swords. The Source wants you to sit on your throne and just carefully vet your thoughts. Just to, kind of go back through your memory. Just carefully vet your thoughts, right? And so all it took was to tell that to somebody who saw you as competition. He was the Queen of Wands who was just determined to listen. So here we have the 5 of Cups here. Yeah. So something could have put you in a really, really dark space, right? Something could have somebody was just determined to listen, to all the lies and actually believe it. And it looks like there were 2 of them. 2 of them that were determined to listen to the lies and believe it. And just put somebody in a really, really dark space. So you're leaving all 3 of those energies behind, putting a manhole cover over the past and just saving yourself, right? That's why a lot of your wishes are being fulfilled, because you decided to put like I said, manhole cover over the past and save yourself. You just decided to save yourself and get some rest, and really just look at it as like, hey, you're still a divine being of light who's having a human experience. It was a human experience for somebody, and you move on. You just look at it as like, hey, this is what you have in common. You and somebody have something in common. I don't know who this somebody is, but you and somebody have something in common, right? As soon as you all stop, you pulled out the sword, you stopped talking to energy, you started traveling, you started stop disclosing, your financial, like your money, your financial independence. Your money started growing, your wishes started becoming fulfilled, your I don't know if somebody's dating somebody, or you could be in a twin flame partnership in business, right? Or twin flame partnership in love. Like, in other words, once you decided, right? So whether you're in a partnership in business or a partnership in love, but it's more really, Lover's card is really about deciding to see, deciding to love people, like agape love people where they are. Like, just like you're not looking for perfect human beings. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just love people where they are. You're not looking for any, like, perfection. Love people where they are. I guess it's the best way I can put it. Yeah. Love people for who they are. Here we had the Five of Wands. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a lot of fighting going on now. A lot of fighting going on now. Not internally for you, but just like yeah, a lot of you've already moved on from something. You've already moved on. So whoever these energies are, now that you have moved on, yeah, you've moved on from something. So 2 and 5 is 7. 7 is like you've completed a cycle. You've completed a cycle. You're not even asking why anymore. So some energies are fighting. Some energies are fighting. You're getting some rest. You've already moved on from the disappointment. You're not having a nervous breakdown. Nothing. You're moving on. Your money is growing. You know. Yeah. You've closed off. Access to. You could be ruminating over some things, just kind of like, wow, but you're moving on. That's you, 2 of Wands. Matter of fact, somebody could be thinking about, that's what's saying right here. Like, 2 situations you've already moved on. So now people are fighting. People are fighting, right? You ain't talking to people, you ain't talking about them. Because to even talk about them would just invoke a nightmare for somebody. You're not talking to them and you're not talking about them. It would just be a nightmare. Yep. Justice in your favor. The decision has already been made. 10 of Wands. Yeah. So I see you being booked and busy and not even burdened. Not even burdened and bitter. Yeah. Here we have the 9 of Pentacles here. Yep. Not even... yeah, so something has ended with some pretty shady people. Something has ended. It would definitely chain to their demons. Definitely chain to their demons. So you definitely start talking to some shady people who are chained to their demons. Talking a bunch of trash about, where you lived and all of this stuff. Like, talk to trash about, like, your house. And just FYI for somebody, this could have been somebody that you actually let in your house. Like, this is somebody, could have been somebody that you let, come to your house. Yeah. This could have been somebody you let come to your house. Just telling people, like, where you live and what you had in your house and all kinds of stuff. So y'all gotta be careful. Yeah, you gotta be real careful. If somebody felt like they had the weight of the world on their shoulders, and for whatever reason, they felt like they had the weight of the world on their shoulders, like in terms of just like, just wanting to be a part of something. And as disappointing as something was, it definitely would have ended up being a nightmare for you, right? Here we have the 2 of Cups here. And so I definitely feel like, you have a soulmate either coming into your life, or your soulmate just kind of sort of knows what your spirit needs. It's, it's not always romantic. I just want to make, member of your soul community, right? Here we have the King of Pentacles here. Somebody knows exactly what your spirit needs. Just kind of, they have a wealth of knowledge. They know exactly what your spirit needs. Just kind of sort of, And this person is possibly another air sign. So somebody is just like, they just have a wealth of knowledge about these types of energies. So that energy is, they're incredibly smart. It's for somebody in air sign. They like, I know that type perfectly. What you just walked away from, like what you just dealt with somebody, it's another air sign. Possibly they know the type of energy you moved on from, Gemini. They like, yeah. Because just like you, they went through the same sort of David and Goliath situation. They went through the same sort of bait and switch. They get it. They get it. So it's not for you all to trauma bond at all. They're just like, yeah. So it's like y'all have gone through parallel universes. You and somebody went through parallel universes, like, But something is over. Yeah, something is over. It's like you and somebody went through parallel universes. All right, let's see what else we have here. Yeah, but again, your ruling planet, Mercury, is going pre-shadow retrograde, and if you're watching this video on the 5th, it's going pre-shadow retrograde, I believe, in 2 days, Gemini, on the 7th. And so that your ruling planet, Mercury, is a communication and messenger planet. This would really be a good time for you and whomever this energy is to just recognize, unless you're trying to invoke the same nightmare, this would be lesson learned to not talk about it. This would be lesson learned to not talk about it. Just okay, we're not revisiting this. It was a nightmare, a complete nightmare. That's what we have in common. You know, like, if I'm trying to think, there's a lot of scary movies that end that way. That's like, okay, they come out of a nightmare and just make a sort of a pact to never talk about it again. Yeah. Not to trauma bond. Not to trauma bond. So take your time to decide and pray for them. And so you have the gift of clairaudience, and that's clear listening. Keep moving forward. At what age did your parents work on their shadow self? And at what age did you work on your shadow self? But it's time to do a sacral chakra cleanse. And so third eye chakra cleanse. You are who they prayed for. And so it's time to do a solar plexus chakra cleanse. But somebody's next love interest will make them happier. And you made a positive impact on them, whoever these energies are, right? And so it's time possibly to schedule a vacation. But some energies apologize for hurting you. Yeah, some energies apologize for hurting you. Get some fresh air. They're in a crisis. Somebody never stopped loving you, but it's time to do a root chakra cleanse. The best is yet to come. It's time to do a throat chakra cleanse, and much better lies ahead. Their plan to disrupt your money backfired. But it's time to dream even bigger. 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 All right. So yeah, it's kind of a couple of things that you have in common, with someone that you may have never thought you would cross their path. So your dreams need a practical plan. A Taurus is involved in something. So somebody was definitely dealing with two vain, vengeful, green with envy people who, for them, like I said, it was their way or the highway, mixed in with somebody who was their way or the highway. And that looks like that's what somebody had in common. So somebody had in common, right? Love, right? That's what you had in common. The Lover's card. My heart is open to receive the love that is rightfully mine. All guilt is now smashed and abolished. I operate under the law of grace. I am connected to the continuous love of infinite and abundant love and light. 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 All right. Capricorn could be involved in something too. Somebody also has Libra somewhere in their card. Okay. All right. I think that's it. Let's get a number and let's close it out. I think that's it. Gemini. So we have 88. I am wealthy. So you are on the cusp of a prosperous and abundant spiritual life. You will find numerous opportunities for success and achievement, all of which bring financial and material abundance into your life, right? So get ready. You and somebody get ready for a very wealthy life. Very wealthy life. Both spiritually and physical, abundant life, right? That's what I have for you, and prosperous life. That's what I have for you. Thank you for joining me. And again, if your video did not go up, I'm not really sure what happened because I usually film everybody's video. So my apologies for that if the video did not go up, but this will take care of that. And you all will have another video go up later, right? So another video will go up later for you all. So that's what I have for you, Geminis. I'll see you you'll see another video go up later. So it'll look like 2 videos go up today, but this would have replaced the video you all said you didn't get. So, all right, bye.